Hello, sports fan. This is Stephen Hill for Sports Choice Plus. I'm bringing you a very special breakdown. I'm going to be covering the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Before I get right into that, I want to make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get all the updates each and every week here at Sports Choice Plus. Without further ado, we'll get right into the action. This is a big game, probably the best game of the week. You're looking at Pittsburgh as they beat the Titans last week, and Baltimore has been waiting for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have been waiting for this opportunity to go ahead and knock off the Pittsburgh Steelers for a very long time. You look at Marcus Peters in that defense, you look at just Marlon Humphrey in that defense and what they're able to do with Calais Campbell creating pressure up front, and they're becoming opportunistic on the back end. And then you look at the other side of the ball. Lamar Jackson and company have been struggling on offense throwing the football, but running the football is not an issue for them whatsoever when Lamar is going off for 50-yard runs each and every week. Pittsburgh, they literally got cooled off in that second half. That defense did make a couple of stops against the Titans, but you look at them only being able to score 3 points in the second half against the Titans. I was expecting them to score more, but they did not. And you got to ask yourself, is Big Ben in this offense capable of putting up enough points to consistently keep up with Lamar Jackson if they get into a shootout? The answer is yes. When you look at Washington, when you look at Clay, when you look at Juju Smith-Schuster, I think they have a lot of pretty good wide receivers. And then you look at Connor, you look at Snell on the ground. They can run the ball as well as Pittsburgh. It may not be as potent, it may not be as consistent with the big plays down the field, but they can gash you 5 yards here, 6 yards here, 7 yards there. And then the fourth quarter, you look up, they got 100 yards rushing. I think that what it's going to come down to with this one is whoever has the ball last in a field goal kick. I know these teams are not going to really blow each other out, but I think that with Pittsburgh coming into this game, they're flying high, they're confident. And you look at the Ravens, they're a little salty. They're not being mentioned a lot as the NFL's best teams right now. Lamar Jackson still has that chip on his shoulder. So you want to see Harbaugh scheme to make the Pittsburgh Steelers play your kind of game, and they want to make this game as messy as possible. They don't want Big Ben to be clean in the pocket. They want him to be getting up off the ground, taking hits from Calais Campbell and company. So I think that when the offensive line for the Steelers comes into this game, they're going to have heavy pass protection. They're going to be able to scheme to where they're going to have to sort out and give Ben a little bit extra time because the corners for Baltimore opportunistic. They're going to be trying to punch the ball out when they get the ball to the wide receiver. They're going to be trying to jump those routes and get those interceptions. And you want to, if you're Pittsburgh, use the aggressiveness of the Baltimore Ravens against them. Let them jump those routes, pump, and give them double moves and go. You want to make sure you're trying to make sure every single facet of your game you're on top of, whether it be offense, defense, special teams, field position, and punting. Leave no stone unturned if you're Mike Tomlin because you're going to need it for this game. This is a heated AFC North rivalry. It's always a sloppy game. It's always a head collision game when you have a lot of big hits, a lot of big impacts. And I'm picking the Pittsburgh Steelers to win this one. I think Baltimore is talented. I don't like where they're headed right now as far as their team because it just feels like Baltimore Ravens are inconsistent. But I'm riding out with Pittsburgh Steelers, and I think that they're going to get this victory. All you Steelers fans, all you Ravens fans, leave your comments in the comment section below, and definitely check out all of our content each and every week coming from Sports Choice Plus. And until week 9, my friends, see you soon.